Hello, my name is Carol, LuLaRoe Carol Woolsworth. I wanted to make a video because I found LuLaRoe videos so helpful when I was deciding to be in the queue, and even now, it's amazing. So I wanted to make a video because maybe someone would be helped by hearing about my story and following along with how I do. So let's just get started. If I'm looking down, it's because I made some notes to make sure that I didn't forget to say anything I wanted to say. So I joined the queue on February 7th, and that was after weeks of doing a lot of research and emailing my sponsor like every single day, basically, with all the questions I had. And I was really excited, but also sort of apprehensive. I mean, it's a lot of money, and I sort of had to convince my economist fiance that this was a good idea. So speaking of my fiance, I'm engaged. I'm 28 years old. I'm a grad student. We live in Seattle, but I'm finishing up a semester of classes in Michigan. So I have 1 year left of grad school, and that is sort of part of what I wanted to do LuLaRoe. My last year, I'm going to be in Seattle, not in Michigan, and so I won't have funding. And so LuLaRoe seemed like maybe a good way to get some extra funding. It, at first, though, was just sort of going to be a hobby. Something fun I did on the side. I watch a lot of Netflix, so, why not spend that time doing LuLaRoe? And it also really sucks right now because we are long distance, because I'm in Michigan for a lot of the time. I'm in Seattle now, actually in my Lula room. I'll do videos on my supplies and stuff, but I wanted to just tell you a little bit about my why. So I sort of touched on it. First, it was just going to be fun, just a hobby. And then it started to seem like, well, maybe this could be my income instead of, getting my stipend from the grad school. And then the more research I did, it's looking like I could do pretty well with this. If I put in the time, if I put in the effort, maybe I could make this, a full-time job, maybe. I, in particular, calculated out how much debt I have. So I'm in my 9th year of school, and the last 3 years I've not had to pay for, because it came with my stipend. I got my tuition waived, but the 6 years before that I had to pay for, and 4 of those years was in my undergrad, and I went to a private school, and so I have a lot of student loan debt. And we are about to get married, so we're saving for a wedding. We want to buy a house here in Seattle, and it's really expensive to buy a house, and so there are just all these things that we could really use the money for. And my fiance makes very good money. He works at Amazon as an economist, and we by no means are we financially strapped, but it's hard to live on an income and save, especially since we just have the one income once I move back here in April. So, and I want to contribute. I have 1 year left of grad school, my 10th year. It's so much school. I'm just ready to contribute and not just be in school. So LuLaRoe seems like a great way to do that, And I also love that I could get us our honeymoon cruise. So we are getting married in October, and we're planning on going on a cruise for our honeymoon anyway, and around the same time that the LuLaRoe cruise happens, January, February, beginning of the year. And so I am starting to entertain that maybe I work for that. Maybe I get us our honeymoon. And that would be great because, my fiance has been the one who's been contributing the most to our wedding funds because he has the funds, and I'm just sort of spending it as I plan, and it would just be really nice to contribute a little bit more. And I've been feeling really stuck in grad school. Like I said, it's going to be 10 years total that I will have spent in higher education, and that's a long time to be working for something. And during that time, I've sort of lost focus on what it is I'm even working toward. You know, it started that I was going to be a faculty member. So I'm in social and personality psychology. I'll end up with my PhD in that. And the goal at first was to do research at a university and teach and be a faculty member. But those jobs are really hard to get. You know, you only need so many people with my subspecialty. And there's a lot of competition. So it's going to be really hard to find that kind of a job, particularly because I want it to be in Seattle. I don't want to be long distance again. It's not fun. So I then have been considering like a data analysis job, because most of what I do is research. I do stats, I do data analysis and survey design and all of that stuff. And so that was what I was looking for. Like, maybe I just do data analysis for somewhere like Amazon. Maybe they'll hire me. I don't know. But I've started to just not be as passionate about it. You know, when you're working toward it for that long, it just sort of feels like I'm ready for something new. Like, let's do something else. And that's sort of where LuLaRoe came in. It just is this really exciting thing that I've been feeling passionate about. And I've spent so much of my time preparing before and after joining the Q. And it excites me. I actually have fun doing it. And I feel like that's a perfect job. A job that you actually love to do. It doesn't feel like work. I don't know. So I've been debating what I want to do about that. Once I finish my PhD, it's important to my fiance that I finish my PhD, and it is to me too. I'm not going to work this many years on something and not finish it. That's just not who I am. But once I'm done, I mean, I don't know if I want to follow this track that I'm, expected to follow. I don't know if I want to do a data job or try for a faculty position. Maybe I want to do LuLaRoe. I mean, we will be getting married in October. I won't be done with grad school until the following May. And we want kids, we want to build our life together and our family. And if I could already have a job where I am flexible enough to be at home with our kids, that doesn't sound so bad. I really like too that I would have control of my own business. I wouldn't be answering to anyone necessarily. No, not even necessarily. I wouldn't be. It would be my business. And I can decide how everything goes. I really like that. So LuLaRoe just has opened up a lot of possibilities for me. And I haven't even onboarded yet. And so maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to stay realistic and to stay grounded. But it's really exciting. So I'm really excited about the opportunities that LuLaRoe has presented for me. And potentially as a career. We'll see. TBD. So, if you want to follow my story, if you want to, I'm also going to be posting, tutorials. I've learned a lot through all the research that I've been doing in the Q and beforehand. And so I plan to make video tutorials about how to create the Facebook page and link it to a business page, Facebook group, and link it to your business page. I'll make tutorials about the supplies you need and how to things like your LuLaRoe, how do you set that up? How do you set up for pictures? Everything I can think of, basically. I want to be helpful. I want to take all this knowledge and actually do something with it and not just sort of sit on it in here. So, feel free to subscribe if you want to follow my story or stay in touch with those videos. I've also linked all of my contact information and my social media pages down below. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.